Good morning, students. In the previous two sessions, you have learnt about the definition of a set, the notation, how do you denote it? That is, and also if an element or an object is present, how to write that one? The notation that is used for belonging to an element belonging to a particular set. All those things you studied. And also in the second session, you learned that there are two methods of representing a set. One method is called as the roster form or the tabular form. So we call it as roster method also. In that one, the actual elements will be writing them. The elements of a set are always enclosed in a pair of flap brackets. So the elements would be directly written. The actual elements would be written. That is known as the roster form or the tabular form. The other one, which is called as rule method or set builder form, in that one we will be giving the rule or the property that has to be satisfied by all the elements belonging to the set here. Now in today's session, I am going to work out some problems in which we express one form into another. We express, given any one form would be given to you, one form of the set, we express that in the other form. That is, first I am giving you a set which is expressed or which is represented in the form of in the set builder form. So what you have to do, you have to write the elements of that one. In other words, you have to write it in the roster form. That means the actual elements have to be written. So here express the following sets. Express the following sets. Express the following sets in the roster form. In the roster form. Or you know that it is also called as the tabular form. So we have to express. So that means that it would be given in the set builder form. That means the rule that is specified for a particular set will be given. Using that rule, you have to write the actual elements. The first problem is the set A is containing all x. All x. The set A is containing all x such that x is an integer. X is an integer and one more condition, and minus 3 less than x less than 7. Minus 3 less than x less than 7. So this is the rule that each and element belonging to the set should follow. That means that we read it like this: A is a set containing all x such that x is an integer and minus 3 less than x less than 7. Now, if I simply say x is an integer, you have to write all the integers, positive, negative as well as 0. Now here another condition is given. So that element belonging to this particular set will be lying between minus 3 and 7. You observe here, we don't have any equality. We don't have any equality. It is a strict inequality. That means the integer would be greater than minus 3 and it would be less than plus 7. Now let me write the element. Now see minus 3. See, if you can write directly, well and good, or else remember the number line here. It is 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. On this side, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, like that, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is 7. Now this is the one we have been given, minus 3 to 7, but it is a strict inequality. So the integers lying between minus 3 and 7. Now minus 3, after minus 3, what is the number that we are getting greater than that one? It is minus 2, minus 1, then 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You cannot take 7 here because we don't have any equality. So directly you can write it is minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 elements belonging to this set. That number line need not be written. If you can directly write, well and good. This is for a 1 mark question. Usually it is given. Conversion from one form to another form is given for a 1 mark question. So if it is given in the set builder form, you are supposed to write in the roster form. In other words, you have to write the actual elements. So reading the condition, you have to write the actual elements here. Without writing the number line also, you can directly write, because after -3, -2 comes, then -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now it is see, it is an integer given. Suppose it's a any other thing, I mean natural number or positive, then it would be different. So read it correctly, read the property correctly, understand, and then you can write the actual elements of this one. Now here you need not give any explanation for this one. Directly the elements can be written, because for the 1 mark question, if it needs calculation, you have to do. Otherwise, when you can directly write, for example, it may be a definition or anything. In this case, no, directly you can write the elements. Let me take the next problem. Another set B which contains all x such that x is a natural number. Such that x is a natural number. Natural number less than 8. Natural number less than 8. Now, natural number means, in the first session I had given you the standard sets. Natural number means it starts with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So directly you can write the set B contains less than 8 means strictly less than. If I had given less than or equal to, 8 should be included, because only less than I have given. Start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Don't consider 8 here, because it is strictly less than. So these are the 7 elements which belong to this set. So it is a natural number, means starts with 1, and the less than 8 means up to 7 you have to write. So these are the 7 elements which would be present in the set. Now we move on. Some of the these problems are very easy, directly you can write. For some of them you have to think a little bit and write this one. The next one, the set C contains all x such that x is a 2-digit natural number, 2-digit natural number such that the sum its digits is 8. So the condition is little bit lengthy here, but not difficult. Now look here, x, it contains all x, and what type of a number is x here? It's a number only, natural number. X is a 2-digit number. So you have to consider the number starting with 10. That is the first 2-digit number. Up to 99 you can go, 10 to 99. So that is the first thing, 2-digit natural number. So from 10 to 99, whatever number is available which would satisfy the condition should be written here. 2-digit number means we start with 10, we can take up to 99. Now what is the other condition? Such that the sum of its digits, what do you mean digit? I write 12. 1 is a digit, 2 is a digit. Okay. So sum of them should be equal to 8. Now let me consider. Start with the 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, not possible. You take the number 17. Is the sum 8? 1 plus 7, that is the meaning. Sum of its digits. So 1 plus 7, that would be equal to 8. Next number is, now you take 26. Look here, 2 plus 6, 8. Okay. Next, after 17 it is 26. Come to the 30s. It is 35. So 3 plus 5, 8. Next is, come to the fourth one. 4 plus 4, that is 44 is 8. Next is, next what do you write? 53. It is in the reverse order because that is also a number which would satisfy the condition. 5 plus 3, 8. Then here it would be in the 60s, 62. 6 plus 8, 6 plus 2, that is 8. And then 17. The reverse of that one is 71. So it is 7 plus 1, that is 8. Now, is there any other number? Certainly, there is a number 80 because 8 plus 0 will also be equal to 8. And then if you take 9 plus, now it would be crossing the number 8. Therefore, this is the last number which would satisfy the condition. So, read the 2-digit natural number. Start with the, you have to start with the 10 up to 99 you can consider. The second condition says that the sum of the digits should be equal to 8. So, 17, 1 plus 7, 2 plus 6, 3 plus 5, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 7 plus 1, 8 plus 0. So, all these numbers now they satisfy the condition. Therefore, these are the elements which would be present in the set C satisfying the property or the rule specified in the given set. Now, let me consider another problem. Like this, each problem will have a different condition, different property, different rule. So, to read it correctly and understand what is the condition that is given, according to that you have to write the element. Now, the set D contains all x such that x is a prime number. X is a prime number. X is a prime number which is a divisor, of 60. Now this is a condition. X is a prime number which is a divisor of 60. That means that first condition is it should be a prime number. Second condition is it should divide the number 60. Now let me know the definition of prime number. You are already familiar with that one. Prime number means any number, any integer greater than 1. Any integer strictly greater than 1. We define it like this. Any integer greater than 1 which is divisible by 1 and itself is called a prime number. Now you take the number 2. It is greater than 1. It can be divided by 1 and 2. And take the number 3. It can be divided by only 1 and 3. And take the number 5. If you take 4 in between, it is divisible by 2 also. So we cannot call it as a prime number here. Next number is 7 and then 11, like that. These are called as the prime numbers. That's so prime number means we will be having infinite number of prime numbers. But here we are interested in those prime numbers which divide the number 60. Now let me consider the divisors of 60. 1, because prime number means 1 cannot be taken. 2 divides 60. 3 divides 60. 5 divides 60. And then 6 divides, 10 divides, and then 12, then 15, 30, and then 60. These are the divisors of 60. All these numbers, now they divide the number. 2 30s are, 3 20s are, 5 12s are, 6 10s are, 10 6 are, 12 5s are, 15 4s are, and 13 2s are, and 60 1s are. So all these numbers, now they divide the number 60. But out of these, now we have to pick only the prime numbers. You observe all these numbers 6, 10, 12, they are not at all prime numbers. So we just omit all of them. So what are the 3 numbers remaining? 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, and 5 is a prime number. So first condition is satisfied. Second condition is all these numbers, now they divide the number 60. Therefore, you can write it as it is 2, 3, 5. Okay. So here if you can better write all the divisors. If you get confused, no? Better write all the divisors, and out of the divisors you pick only those which are prime numbers here. So that will satisfy the condition here. Now let's move on to the next set. Here a different condition is given. The set E contains all x such that x is a letter of the word trigonometry, of the word trigonometry. That means that what are all the letters present here, you can simply write them. But I told you in the earlier session, if the letter is repeated, you need not write it twice here. So go in the same order. First I will write T, first letter, then R, okay, then I, then G, then O. Now next letter is N. Come to the next one. See, O is there, already we have written, there is no need to write one more O there. Afterward, now we are having the letter M. And then what is the next number, next letter? Letter is E. Then T is there. T already we have written, there is no need to write again. R is also repeated, no need to write. What is the other letter we are having? It is Y. So, T-R-I-G-O-N-M-E-Y. So, these are the letters of the word. Here again, the order is not important. You can write Y first, G afterwards, N in the end, like that. Order, because it is only a collection. Set means it is a collection. The order is immaterial. Now, another problem where again we will be considering the same condition, same type of condition. Now, the set F is containing all x such that x is a letter of the word better. Now, here also it is very much clear. We just start writing. First letter is B, second letter T, third letter D, T. Now, T is repeated, again E is repeated, so write only the last one. So, it is B, E, T, R. So, these are the four letters which can be considered from the word better. Now, the next problem. So, for some problems, within half a minute you can write the answer. But for some of them, you have to think a little, and sometimes you may have to do some calculation if you cannot directly write the element. Now, let's move on to the next problem where condition is little bit different. Now, the set G contains all x such that x is a positive integer. X is a positive integer, and one more condition is given, x square is less than 40. Now, this is a condition. So, you have to write the elements of this set considering both the condition. X is a positive integer, you can start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Okay. The next positive integer, we start with 1 here. And then the sum, the square of the number, x square should be strictly less than 40. It cannot be equal to 40 also, strictly less than 40. Now, let me take the numbers starting with 1. Now, that can be done in the working column. Here, take 1 square. 1 square is 1. Certainly, it is less than 40. Take the number 2. I am taking only positive integer. 2 square, 4, less than 40. 3 square, 9, less than 40. 4 square, 16, less than 40. 5 square, that is 25, less than 40. Then 6 square, that is 36, less than 40. That means all these squares of these numbers, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, you observe the actual values what we will be getting after squaring the number, they are strictly less than 40. Now, suppose I take the number 7 square. What is 7 square? It is 49. Certainly, it is not less than 40. It is actually greater than 40. Therefore, this we need not consider. We can take all the values. Don't write here 1 square, 2 square, because it is given like this. X it contains all x. X is a positive integer and it should satisfy the condition. The square of that number should be less than 40. So what is the first number I can consider? 1. 1 square is 1 less than 40. Then 2, then 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now these are the elements that belong to that particular set. Okay, this is how it has to be written. This I mean in the here also you can write, if you want you can write 1 belongs to X, 1 belongs to G, 2 belongs to G, 3 belongs to, and here 7 does not belong to G, because the square of the number 7 crosses the number and more than 40, therefore it should not be taken into consideration. So in such a problem it may take about 1 or more than 1 minute, so you have to do the calculation carefully, understand the condition carefully and then write the actual element. Now let me consider another set, say set H. Let me see what condition is given in this particular problem. H contains all x. H contains all x such that x is an odd natural number. Odd natural number. You observe, it is a direct problem here. No question of thinking or no question of doing any calculation here. It contains all x such that x is an odd natural number. What are the natural number it is given? See, what do you mean by an odd number? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all of them, no, we call them as odd numbers. And here this is the only condition that is given. No restriction as such. That means that you have to start with the number 1, 3, 5. Suppose it is given less than 20, less than 40, like that if it is given, you should have written exact number of elements here. Because only it is given, it is an odd natural number. Just write 1, 3, 5, 7, put two dashes and write like this. Because we cannot write the last element here. Suppose another condition is given, less than 43, less than 44, something like that, then you should written the exact number of elements. In this case, no, directly you can write the elements and put dashes here, because the last element is not, we cannot write the last element because no other condition has been specified in this particular problem. Now we move on to another problem. Here take the set A. Set A contains all x such that x is an integer. X is an integer such that x is an integer, and one more condition is given. Minus half less than x less than 9 by 2. It is minus 1 by 2 less than x less than 9 by 2. Now you observe minus 1 by 2, 9 by 2. Both of them are rational numbers here. And what's the other condition is given? X is an integer here. That means a whole number. So you have to consider all those integers which lie between minus half and plus 9 by 2. Again, if you can directly write, well and good. Or else you can use the number line. This is 0. So we are having here minus 1 and here minus 2. In between it becomes minus half. Okay. And here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now what is the value of 9 by 2? 9 by 2 means if you divide here, 2 4s are 8 and it is 4 and a half. That means that here in between 4 and 5 we get 9 by 2. So this is the first point, minus half and plus 9 by 2. You have to consider all those integers which are present between minus 1 by 2 or minus half and plus 9 by 2. What are they? First one is 0, second one 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, because if you write 5, it crosses 9 by 2, it will be more than that one. So and strict inequality we are having, so it should be strictly lying between minus half and plus 9 by 2. So let me write the elements here. First element or first integer is 0. After minus half, 0 comes here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 we cannot take. Therefore, these are the 5 elements or 5 numbers which satisfy the given condition. Now, let me take one more problem, one more set where we have been given a condition in, of course it is in set builder form. We are going to use that condition and write the actual elements. So, the set B contains all x such that x is an integer. X is an integer and one more condition is given, and x square is less than or equal to 4. Look here, if I simply say x is an integer, you have to write the positive integer, negative integer, 0. That is nothing but the standard set I or z which I had given in the first session. Now, x is an integer means you have to take all the integers. But one more condition is given such that the square of the number x is considered here, x square should be either it should be less than 4 or equal to 4. So, we are having equality also. Now, you just give the value x is equal to minus 2. If you give x is equal to minus 2, what is minus 2 whole square? This is equal to 4. So, equal to 4, equality comes into picture. Suppose I take the number minus 1, whole square is 1, certainly less than 4. Next integer is 0. I have to take only integers here. 0 and 0 square. 0 square if you take, that would be 0 less than 4. And you take 1 square 1, it is less than 4. If you take 2 square, that is 4 is equal to 4. So, either we have to take those integers, when you square them, it should be either equal to 4 or less than 4. So, these are the 5 possibilities. Minus 2 whole square is 4, minus 1 square is 1, 0 square 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4. So, either in the first and the last cases, they are equal to 4. In the in-between cases, they are strictly less than 4. So, what are the numbers you can write here? It can be expressed as minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So, these are the elements which would satisfy the condition. If you simply say x is an integer, you have to simply write all the elements of z, the standard set. And one more condition is given, x square less than or equal to 4. Suppose I had given x square less than or equal to 9. In that case, now minus 3 whole square would come and here plus 3 whole square would come. So, depending upon what number has been given and using the condition, you could write all the values here. Now, all these problems in which I had converted or expressed the set which was given in the set builder form into the roster form. In the next session, I am going to work out some problems where the set would be expressed in the in the roster form. You have to write the property that would satisfy the elements of the given set. Okay, thank you.